Hi guys, and welcome back to another episode of Brewnomics. I'm Vic.
I'm Paula.
I'm Jerry.
And we just got back from...
African American Panther.
Jerry, I swear, sometimes... We just got back from Black Panther.
Oh.
So we talked about this, man.
Can you imagine? Just like on the cover, just African American Panther. Marvel.
Spoiler alert ahead. We're going to talk about Black Panther. We just came back from it. We're going to chat about the story, the actors in it, and how the action was. Action! Do you guys have any thoughts on this story?
Goddamn child.
Forewarning, we just did a great podcast about this movie. Watch it. Link below. We're drinking during it, so kick started.
We've been drinking for a grip. Yeah.
Yep.
We have some good things to say about this movie overall. Okay.
Yeah.
You know, it was a good story, I think. I liked it. Kind of a generic... Okay, I don't want to say generic origin story because it wasn't an in-depth origin story because we got kind of a little bit of that with Captain America.
Yeah.
They just kind of expanded more on almost a, not necessarily a coming-of-age story, a coming-of-king story, but overall, slightly predictable, but the cast was so charismatic and had such great chemistry, I really enjoyed it.
I think if we didn't see BP, that's what I'm calling him now, BP,
Black Panther.
in Civil War, this movie would have worked well. But we did see him in Civil War, and I expected a little bit more. I thought it was a little bit of like a
I can see what you're saying.
like an original origin movie,
I can
a
see what you're
Thor-ish.
saying. Fair. See, but I kind of think you don't need to watch Civil War going into this. You don't need to, like...
You don't, but we were
could
fucking
actually...
introduced to him, though.
True,
you know?
true.
Yeah.
But I think you can watch this movie with no Marvel experience.
You can. You can, but we were already introduced to him.
Touche.
And that's why I'm a little
We
peeved.
were. Okay.
That's why I'm a little peeved.
I get you.
It is interesting. They did take a bit of a different line than they usually do because we weren't used to being introduced to a character and then grabbing an origin story later on.
True.
So that is kind of different. And I like what you said, Jerry, about sort of expanding the idea. I think the universe was expanded. I do also feel the story was a little predictable. I mean, for a little halfway through the movie, I was sort of calling the pacing of it as things were happening. I was like, yeah, okay.
But again, we're 18 Marvel movies deep and like, what, 6 of those are origin stories, maybe? I don't know the numbers. I don't care. Don't at me. Don't tweet me. I don't give a shit if I'm wrong or not.
Do it.
But a lot of them are origin stories at the Basco fiasco. A lot of them are, or the origin stories are kind of varying pace with one another.
True.
Right.
Yeah.
But they still do it well somehow. They still do it well. But so I don't know. I kind of think it's weird. I'm moderate. Paula, you seem kind of dickish on it. And Vic, I think you
I fully enjoyed the story.
enjoyed the story.
And like I said earlier, I think we were chatting like privately. I like the predictability of it. Sometimes I find a little bit of a comfort in that if I know
There's no way to get around it.
You
Really,
can't.
Let's be honest.
The origin story is formulaic.
There's
at
a
this
literal
point.
thing called a hero circle
Oh,
in
absolutely.
literature, which we see, which is in every Marvel movie. It's in every story. It's in every kid's book, every novel. Lord of the Rings,
Agreed.
Willow, Big Trouble Little China.
Yeah.
They all have it. That was a weird scope of
I like where
No,
you did.
no, it was great. It was
It's
great.
true in all of them, though.
We're going to tweet that.
Also, happy Rusev Day.
Rusev Day.
Can you see it? Can you say it?
But I think everybody should watch this movie. I think anybody can watch this movie. It was definitely a little political, so maybe we're not going to get political with it. If you're anti-Black Lives Matter, maybe don't watch this, but you're probably not watching this video because... but beyond that, I think everybody can enjoy it.
I feel like it's enjoyable by
Super
everyone.
entertaining.
Absolutely.
The visuals in it were stunning.
I don't think the visuals in it were necessarily stunning. I think they were more like fucking incredible.
Ooh.
This is the best visuals I've ever seen in a Marvel movie. There was a... Ow.
Whoa. Hey, drink.
That was weird. I'm sorry. It was extra special because now that Disney owns Marvel, owns Star Wars. Star Wars, the Lucasfilm Visual Company. I'm spacing on the name right now. Go ahead, fucking tweet me about the name of the Lucasfilm's visual effect team. But they did the visual effects for this, and it showed like the rhinos in it were kind of weird. And then when they were at the Warrior Falls, I think maybe the stacked CGI of people was a little weird. But beyond that, it was amazing the way they did the Black Panther suit, the car chases, the action, the gunfire, the vibrations was incredible.
Absolutely.
And I mean, there were some movies like, you know, Doctor Strange was maybe a little bit more trippier visual, but I don't think it was prettier visually necessary. So that was one thing I think this movie really shined, was it was just, again, visually gorgeous.
And that's a great comparison to Doctor Strange, because I think visual-wise, Doctor Strange was kind of a roller coaster on that one. It had a lot to handle there, but I don't think Black Panther falls short by any sense of the imagination.
No, definitely. Visually it did. Like I said, minus the rhino, which still looked really good. But if you know what you're looking for, you can see it being a little off. Same with the tower.
Right.
But other than that, visually it was phenomenal.
Agreed.
What do we think about the characters? Let's kind of move on to that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Human Torch.
He was denied a bank
Michael
loan.
B. Jordan.
Yep.
He's phenomenal. We were like, if you listen to our podcast, we went to it pretty in depth. I think, arguably, the most underrated actor of our generation. That kid is good. He's the same age as we are. That dude is good.
Michael B. Jordan's fantastic. He brings so much heart and realism and trauma and conflict.
Fucking root for.
He
like,
is.
You don't want him to lose, but you love T'Challa so much he can't lose. That, like, both sides are phenomenal.
Yeah.
Like, even T'Challa feels for him.
I was about to say, at one point T'Challa was trying to get Killmonger back into Wakanda.
Dude, I love that. Like, sometimes you have to admit the generation above you was wrong. You might glorify them, think they're greater than now. But sometimes when you look deeper, you have to realize they might have fucked up, and now I have to do something about it. But now I get to do something about it, which was kind of the way T'Challa looked at it. Like, I get it right or wrong, and boy, did he.
And let's clarify this right now. So, T'Challa's father, the Black Panther, the current one that we know, Chadwick Boseman, fucking handsome.
Whew, what?
He had murdered his brother, Michael B., the Human Torch, just dad. And that gives him the reasoning to come back and really just gain power over the throne.
You could see, like, legitimately upset with what happened. But that was one thing that I thought was kind of weird, which is a trope we see in a lot of movies. Batman v Superman, Civil War. I think maybe if T'Challa sat down with Killmonger and been like, I know what happened. Fucked, right? Let's figure it out.
Give me
like,
beer.
We can work through this together. We can make it happen. Clearly you were wronged, and we understand that. It was my father, your father. We were both children. It's not your fault. It's not my fault.
It felt like a bug. Fucking crawling on my hand.
Jesus. Let's talk this out. There's a place for everybody here, and we can make it work.
Thank you.
They didn't. It was just like, I know who you are.
Yeah.
Nobody better ask. And then that went very Zorro. But that bugged me a little bit. Again, it was the confrontation from lack of communication.
Yeah. Well, I mean, on the one hand, Killmonger's character has spent his entire existence doing nothing but learning martial arts and strategy to try to overthrow the king.
He wasn't going to listen.
Life.
Let's be real. He was. There was nothing but focus to murder this motherfucker.
Focus,
so there was,
commitment,
that's true, I'll give you that. There really wasn't a conversation that was going to steer him away from that.
And I think T'Challa realized that at that point, and he was like, you know
Couldn't
what?
think of the word steer, bro.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Let's talk about the ladies in this movie. Because we have some powerful women.
You know what would be cool? These women versus the Amazonians.
The Amazonians in Wonder Woman. Dude, I was thinking the same thing.
I want to see it.
And I don't know who would win, because you think both of them, as far as martial arts ability, it's a deadlock.
I think so.
Amazonians have the upper hand in strength, sort of thing,
Mm-hmm.
but the Wakandans got the X Factor, vibranium,
Yep.
sort of thing. So what a great, that would be amazing, I think. But this we're to see, what's her name? Danielle, the Michonne from Walking Dead,
Mm-hmm.
going from, this badass katana wielding chick in dreads to this badass spear wielding chick, bald headed, tattooed, and both of them I'm like, yeah. I would not fuck with you.
No, not the least. Yeah.
Yeah, she's one black belt working on another.
Nope.
Mm-mm.
Not today.
Nope.
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 But then we look at what was Nakia?
Nakia Ninjago?
Yeah. Let's
Young
talk
up.
about
The Lego?
Let's talk about a Nubian goddess.
Ooh. Yeah, she
Dude.
was beautiful.
Oh, man, Vic,
Jerry.
she's beautiful,
She was.
and she was
What-
great.
what's
a
he
great
gonna do?
actress.
Facebook her?
No, yeah,
Are
we
you
just,
guys related?
no, I just look up black people meet and we just get each other. Yeah, so that works out.
Can you be on both Black People's Meat and FarmersOnly.com?
You cannot. The action in the movie, gentlemen, how'd you feel about it?
Oh, okay. The action in the movie, good. Not Marvel's best action though,
Sure, yeah.
but still good. Some of the action scenes I thought were phenomenal. One, the bit how Shuri, was that the sister's name?
Yeah,
Yes.
T'Challa's sister.
T'Challa's sister did the technology that was awesome. How she had the EMP beads, you could throw the bead on the car, even a fucking fighter jet, and they could remote control it. Like I said, action-wise, I still liked it. I wish the martial arts was a little better.
For somebody who's supposed to know more martial arts than Bruce Wayne, he should have been really
Because let's be
together.
real, if
Yeah.
you put everybody, no powers, martial arts-wise together in the Marvel Universe, Captain America will fuck them all up without breaking a sweat.
Not movies.
Well, does that include not having the serum then? No powers.
Oh, fuck you, man. You give the Black Panther his serum, his heart herb, versus Captain America, Cap's coming on top.
Question, can you give Captain America the same herb and it subtly reduces his use of the super soldier serum?
No, I think if you were to give Captain America the herb, it would probably amplify.
Not that, because remember in the story when he goes into the Warriors, the Falls, he takes a specific drug to stop his Black Panther serum. If you gave that to Captain America,
would it take him back to
would it
Little
stop
Steve?
the
That's what,
super-
that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
What would that do?
Then if that were the case, T'Challa would buck.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
He would just kind of be like,
Stop.
yeah. He'd be like, we train you, little white boy. It's okay.
Another white boy press the fix.
That is,
But
I am
still,
curious,
in the
though.
fact of the movie, though, you give Black Panther the Black Panther powers. You have Steve with the Steve powers. I think Steve's winning that fight.
I think so.
I agree. And I've been
I
thinking
don't
about
know.
that all night.
So have I. That's one thing I've really been thinking about.
Yeah.
I think Steve would, like...
Like off with the Marvel Cinematic Universe right now.
I kind of don't think he'd win. I think he'd fuck him up.
Really?
He'd fuck up Killmonger. Like, that's one
Yeah?
thing. The
would
martial
fuck
arts
up Killmonger?
within
For
Captain
what we saw,
America,
yeah.
the Winter Soldier, he's next level. There's the Captain America Winter Soldier is not a great comic, just a great comic movie. It's legitimately a great martial arts movie. The way they show, maybe it's better with the Russo brothers, maybe it's better with Chris Evans. He's legitimately, from a film aspect, a far better martial artist. He would fuck up everybody in Marvel Universe.
And I think you're right, solely from the MCU's perspective, because in the comic book realm, like, Black Panther has been shown to
Dude,
be...
even in the comic book realm, though,
He's been shown to be Steve Rogers.
Yeah, but Steve Rogers... Occasionally. No,
Yeah.
in the comic book realm, that's one thing there. Dude, that's the fight of fights.
Yeah.
Right there.
Absolutely.
That's Muhammad Ali versus Mike Tyson, like, sort of thing. That's the fight you want to watch.
Well, of
like,
course,
it's beautiful, dude. It really is.
It would be an acrobatic ballet.
Absolutely.
And it would be wonderful.
It would be like watching blood sport for the first time.
Yeah, and no matter who loses, you're just going to be like, that was a great fight. They both fucked me up. Like, really, let's be real. And then they hug each other, and then they say, happy Rusev Day. Rip Claw.
Rest in peace.
The Claw.
Rip Claw. Rip Claw.
Oh.
Rip Claw.
Circus, you're great in it, man. You really were. It was fun.
I said this before and I'll say it again. I think this movie, even if you don't like the movie, for whatever reason, it's a very important Marvel movie. It pushes off a lot of things. Wakanda is changing the world in the MCU.
God, could you imagine if a country like Wakanda really existed?
How do I get a job there? You know?
Dude, it really is, though. I think they're going to do a lot of important things for the MCU. They didn't go too deep into the Infinity Stones. We got a little bit of... I just want to say which stone. A little bit of...
Oh, the Soul Gem?
The Soul Gem!
Okay, sorry.
But it's very little bit. So the smallest we've got in a Marvel movie, since they've introduced the Infinity Stones.
Yeah, there was almost no mention of it in it. It was a very abstract reference that occurred in it.
But it was interesting when we went to the end of it. They talked about an invasion coming. Say it with me now. Umbaku.
I said it.
He did not.
I did.
Yeah.
We can say it again if you want.
Man, we are drunk and sloppy.
Yep.
What else we got, bitches?
Guys, I think that's all. We had a good time.
We had a good time. Definitely go see the movie.
Yeah. Go
Do
watch
yourself
it.
a favor. Go watch the movie. Let us know what you think. Enjoy Rusev Day.
Rusev Day!
Don't forget to listen to our podcast. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Like, share, comment, subscribe. At Brewnomics. I'm Jerry.
I'm Paula.
And I'm Vic.
Think.